What's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of The Real Breakdown. Today, we're going to be talking about the first episode of Moon Knight. Guys, this is a show that I've been very intrigued by because it's a character that I didn't really know a lot of. I knew the basics of it, but also just wanted to see what Marvel was going to do with a character like Moon Knight. So I was very intrigued. I don't want to use the word excited. I mean, I kind of was, but I was more intrigued, like interested, like, how are they going to pull this off? So first episode came out. I just finished watching it for the second time, and I have to say, guys, I like it very, very much. It's a very different type of Marvel show. It's giving me like WandaVision vibes in the sense that it feels different than anything else. It doesn't feel like Falcon and Winter Soldier. It doesn't feel like Loki. It feels like its own thing. And so some of the things that I really liked about it, guys, is number one, Oscar Isaac. He's a phenomenal actor. He's been doing a lot of work lately, and I think he was just perfect casting for this. I was excited when I heard that he was going to play, Moon Knight, and I think he pulls it off. His acting is so good in this, guys. He's what sells this character so far in the first episode. And obviously having to play different characters like Stephen Grant, Mark Spector, I didn't know how it was going to come across, but so far, I really, really like it. And kind of going off of that, one thing that I really liked in this first episode is that we get so much of Stephen. Like, I feel like this episode is all Stephen based. I mean, sure, we get a little bit of Khonshu, we get a little bit of Mark, but like, I fell in love with the Stephen Grant character in this, and I think that was very important because they gave us a lot of time with him and a lot of scenes that kind of gave you a sense of who and what that character was. So, and I think that was really important because in a first episode, they already established what that character is, and I really, really like it. I think Steven is such an intriguing and interesting character, right? Like, he's kind of that like quiet, nerdy guy, but he has these little nuances that make him such a specific person that you're like, ooh, I want to see more of what this guy does, how he handles situations. So, in Oscar Isaac, just selling some of those scenes. I mean, you're talking about the scenes where he's at the restaurant, and then when he realizes that what happened, and you kind of see that sorrow, and also like when he wakes up in his bed, and he thinks that what happened, after the attack in the Alps is like a dream, and he just has that crazy maniacal laugh, like him trying to stay awake. Like, man, he really sells a lot of those scenes. So I thought it was really, really good. Another thing I liked is I liked the introduction of Ethan Hawke's character, Arthur Harrow, I believe his name is. I really liked it because I thought, man, like, how are they going to portray this villain? I mean, is he going to be like, oh, like, I'm a really good fighter type of villain. I'm really strong. Like, no, this is a different kind of villain. This is like, like wanna be like Jesus, Messiah type of guy, right? He's like a cult leader. He gives that kind of vibe. And so I really liked how they introduced him and how they portrayed him. I thought that made him more menacing than just like, oh, I'm a really big, strong guy, or something like that. So I really, really dug that. I really enjoyed the pacing as far as, like I said, really giving us a sense of who Steven is, and then slowly but surely giving us those blackouts and then those transformations into what we would think is Mark Spector, and we didn't get to see it, right? So unfortunately, we don't get to see Moon Knight fight in this one, but obviously that's going to lead into more of what we're going to see in further episodes. But I like that build-up. I like how it's like, hey, look, first introduction, Stephen Grant, this is who he is, kind of nerdy, what he's dealing with, what he does, and then slowly but surely just kind of getting those blackouts, those transformations, like those scenes on the cupcake truck where he's just blacking out, he wakes up with the gun in his hand, and we saw that in the trailer, but man, to see it in live action, or like the scene where he's being attacked by like 4 people, he blacks out, he wakes up, there's blood all over his hands, there's blood on his face, all those people are lying dead on the floor. Like, whoa, like that was intense. That's something we haven't seen in the Marvel universe. So it was really cool, really refreshing. So I really liked a lot of that stuff. The few things I didn't like, the biggest thing that just was glaring right at me was the CGI in that truck's chase scene. Like, when they hit that, tree trunk, like, when they hit that lumber truck and all that, oh my God, the CGI was just very bad. It looked very not real. I thought it was terrible. I really hope that's the only thing that looks that bad as far as CGI. I hope the fighting looks great. I hope the action and everything else. I mean, our first look at his costume looked phenomenal. So I really hope that was just one of those things where they're like, look, we just didn't have enough time to make the CGI look as great as it could. Because that was really bad. Those cars look so fake. That lumber looked so fake. That truck, that crash, everything about it looked fake. It seriously took me out of the show for a little bit. But I mean, if I'd rather sacrifice that and have a good story, because like what they have going on so far is pretty good. So I don't want to like forgive it for that, but everything else was good enough that it made up for it. The other thing that kind of bugged me a bit was, like I said already, they didn't show us Moon Knight fighting. Like, they literally show a bit of the transformation. They don't even show the full transformation, which we've already seen in some of the trailers. But then it completely cuts away to just us looking down the hallway and overhearing what's happening. It's like, come on, just give us the action. We just want to see it. So you get a little bit of it. And honestly, I just kind of felt like when the episode ended, I was like, okay, everything I've pretty much seen or known is just like been in the trailers, right? And I only saw the first two trailers, guys. I didn't see all the TV spots or anything like that. I try to avoid it, but so far, I mean, I got like deeper information on like what we already kind of knew. And yes, the stage has been set, the characters have been, given to us a bit, but I feel like at the end of episode 1, I'm still like, okay, I still don't know anything more than what I did already from the trailers. So that's the one thing that kind of just left me wanting more, but that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? Like, that just means that the rest of the episodes are going to be things that I haven't seen yet. So I'm very excited about that. So yeah, guys, so far I'm very much enjoying it. I know it's just the first episode, but I will say, compared to the other Marvel shows, the first episode doesn't always hook me in, right? I'm thinking about Hawkeye right now. And this one did. So I'm very excited. I think that there's a lot of cool things that they're going to do with this, and I can't wait to see it. Oscar Isaac is just the best part of it so far. I can't wait to see his Mark Spector version and his Moon Knight version and Mr. Knight. So all those things are coming ahead. I can't wait. I'm very excited. And I hope you guys are enjoying the show as well. And make sure to stick around here to the Real Breakdown so you can see some of my thoughts on the other episodes. So with that said, guys, that's the Real Breakdown for now. And we will see you in the next one. Hey everyone, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and stay tuned for what's next to come on the Real Breakdown.